What's going on YouTube? This is Lito Diaz with quick trips and tips, and I'm gonna give you some quick tips for a quick trip to Cape Town. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna talk about is a couple of things that you need to know even before you get to Cape Town. Number one is that you don't really need to exchange any money. They use Visa debit card everywhere. I literally never took out any cash the entire time. I used my credit card the entire time, and everywhere that I went accepted it. All right, so the second thing is that these converters that you usually get at the store that work, mostly everywhere like Europe, Australia, Britain, did not work for me in Cape Town because they actually have a completely different outlet. So if you could find a converter that works in South Africa, I'd definitely buy one before you get there and realize that yours would not work. So the third thing is that tap water is actually really good to drink in Cape Town. I had no problems the entire time I was there. So, get a water bottle and fill it up with tap water. All right, so let's talk about transportation. Getting from the airport to, the city center of Cape Town. Depending on where you go, obviously it's gonna cost a little bit different, but my recommendation is using Uber. It's very, very cheap in Cape Town. It cost me, I think, about 10 to 12 bucks. And it was about 25, 30-minute drive to my Airbnb. So definitely Uber. And once you're in Cape Town, be careful about using taxis, because a lot of research that I did, and even from some locals, they explained to me how a lot of people have like fake taxis, and that's how you get like robbed and stuff like that. So stick to Uber. Your average ride is going to cost anywhere from $2 to $20 depending how far you go. All right, so when it comes to where to stay, like what's the best area, to be honest, you can't really go wrong in Cape Town. A lot of places have a beautiful view of Table Mountain. If you want to stay on Camps Bay, you're going to have beautiful views of the ocean. Usually I recommend a certain area or district to stay in a city, or because of easy access to stuff or walking distance to stuff. But in Cape Town, literally $2 could get you anywhere in the city using Uber, and everywhere is going to have a beautiful view. This is our view right here. As I'm showing you now, this is the view that we had from our apartment. Where you decide to stay is going to really depend on how much you want to spend. When it comes to food in Cape Town, the recommendations that I was given was to try their grilled meats and their fish and chips. And I tried their fish and chips in Muizenberg Beach, and I tried some of their meats at the VA waterfront. All right, so let's start off by talking about Table Mountain. Table Mountain is a must-do in Cape Town. Everywhere you'll walk, you're gonna see it. You literally just have to look up and boom, it'll be right there. It'll smack you right in the face. Table Mountain. You have two options to get up there. There's either hiking up, which it is a little bit difficult, and depending on what trail you do, the harder it'll be. And they also have a rail car for an adult for a round trip, meaning it'll take you up and down for like $19.50. Let's round it up to 20 bucks. Kids from 4 to 17 years old, will cost you $9.45. Let's just round that up to 10 bucks. So for an adult, 20 bucks, for a kid, $10, and that's a round trip. Table Mountain is definitely worth it. Beautiful views of Cape Town, Camps Bay, and you can spend hours up there. There's actually a little map that they give you of like little different trails that you could walk. And if you get hungry and want something to drink, there's also a cafe that has obviously the beautiful views. So the second thing to do is going to Boulder Beach, and it's about 45 minutes away from Cape Town. We took an Uber and it cost us, I think, 20 bucks. And once you get there, it is the most amazing place ever. Why? Because you get to walk amongst penguins. They are my favorite animal, so obviously that was the highlight of my trip. But if you are not into penguins, still, what other place can you say that you walked amongst penguins? Not only you're at a beautiful beach, by the way, the beach alone is beautiful. Even if you took the penguins out, that place is awesome. Clear water, beautiful sand, beautiful sights. It's just a beautiful beach, but add penguins and it's mind-blowing. You pay $5.45 and you get to walk on this trail where to your left and right there's little penguins, I guess doing their thing, and then you get to the end of this like little kind of a pier looking thing, and there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of penguins. Then you go, which with that same ticket, you can get access to the actual beach if you wanted to go lay out. And surprisingly, there's a lot of locals there, and that's their beach. They go and they lay out and they do their beach activities, but there happens to be penguins walking all over and all around them, swimming in the ocean with them and everything. So for me, that was the highlight of my trip. 2 days on a flight, 45-minute ride there, definitely worth every single penny, every single hour spent. Going to Boulder Beach was by far the highlight of my life, and well, highlight of my trip. And yeah, so Boulder Beach, definitely awesome. Penguins everywhere. Just don't touch them and don't disturb whatever they're doing. Just please respect that. It was hard for me not to grab one and take one home. So if I could manage not to go and pet one, respect their wishes to respect, the penguins. All right, so my third recommendation is definitely doing a wine tour if you are into wine. If not, still, it's pretty cool because you get to see how wine is made. You go and walk inside the vineyards and inside the factory. Groot Constantia, if I'm saying that right, is the oldest vineyard in Cape Town, so that's the one that I wanted to visit. So for $7.80, round up to $8, you get a cellar tour and a wine tasting at Groot Constantia, which is the first place I went. Again, there's a whole bunch of places that you could go to go wine tasting and go explore the vineyards, like Stellenbosch is one of them, and another one that starts with a K. Oh, I'll write it down on the screen. I went there more because of the history of the place. So the next thing I recommend is visiting VA Waterfront. It has a lot to do. It has lots of restaurants. Again, beautiful views. You could see Table Mountain again from there. The coolest thing I found at the VA Waterfront was their food market. There's a 2-story food market inside. You can get from baked goods to juices to, you can even buy wine in there. And my favorite thing was being able to try a kebab that had zebra, ostrich, warthog, and crocodile on it. So definitely try VA Waterfront and go ahead and try some different meats and different things that you haven't tried before, and that is the place to do it. So the next place is visiting the Botanical Gardens. It costs about $4.68, round that up to $5. But one thing that you are gonna probably remember me for is this. You're gonna walk in there, and right when it opens up, you're gonna think, is this the set of Jurassic Park? Like, it literally looks like you're on the set of Jurassic Park. It looks unreal. Like, it's the view is of Table Mountain, but from a different angle. And just the entire time you're just looking at it, and it just looks fake. It looks like you're looking into a green screen. That's how beautiful this place is. So my next place is Truth Coffee Shop. If you love coffee, this is a must visit. It was voted best coffee in the world. At first when I read it, I didn't really believe it, so I Googled a lot and I did a lot of research, and it was really voted #1 in the world. And there's a good reason. From not just the taste of the coffee is unreal. I've had numerous, coffee lattes, espressos, and there's just something about how they make it that just tastes like, there's a reason they were voted #1. How about that? And the decor inside is all like steampunk related and decorated. It's just an awesome spot. Definitely check out Truth Coffee Shop. The next place I recommend is Muizenberg Beach. That's another 45 minutes away from Cape Town on the Indian Ocean side. And it's known for surfing lessons. You could take surfing lessons there, and also it's known for their colorful houses it's on the beach. These little, they're bathrooms. Some of them are bathrooms, and some of them are where you could change your clothes. But it's a beautiful, beautiful beach, beautiful scenery, beautiful background. They have a whole bunch of surf shops, cafes, good fish and chips. So my last recommendation on things to do is either catching the sunset at Lion's Head or at Sunset Hill. You'll be seeing the sunset over the Atlantic Ocean, and they say that the view from Lion's Head is the best, and to get up to Lion's Head is a 45-minute hike, 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how fast you walk. But they say it's relatively easy because there's a trail. We decided to skip that and go to Signal Hill because I was considering going parasailing, but we were a little bit too late. Even though we saw people take off, they weren't accepting any more people. But definitely catch the sunset. It's beautiful in Cape Town, especially from that view, because you'll see the city down below. And yeah, So those are my quick recommendations on things to do. An easy way to visit and hit a whole bunch of stuff around Cape Town is jumping on a hop on, hop off tour bus. It's about $25 a person, and there's 2 different routes, a blue route and a red route, and it just has a whole bunch of different stops around Cape Town, and it actually includes the botanical gardens, it includes Camps Bay, and includes a bird sanctuary where there's a whole bunch of different type of birds and monkeys, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. It's actually worth it. And it also drops you off at the bus stop where you could jump on the wine tour bus. So for $25, you could do all that, and it's good for 2 days. Something you have to keep in mind is that a lot of the things that I did and that you might do are very time consuming, like Boulder Beach. It's a 45-minute drive, and depending on how long you want to stay, so there goes, a couple hours of the day. So just keep that in mind when you decide on what to do. If you want to go swim with the sharks, keep in mind the drive and how long that takes. So yeah, those are my quick tips for a quick trip to Cape Town. Like I said, there's so much to do in Cape Town. If you have any recommendations on things to do in 2 to 3 days, write them down below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe, check us out on Instagram at Quick Trips and Tips. Thanks again and have a great day.